Hello, everybody, and welcome to the LFGY YieldMax Fund informational channel. My name is Brian, and first off, I wanted to let you know that I am not employed by YieldMax Funds, and this video and channel is not endorsed, sponsored, or anything else by YieldMax. I am just providing information regarding this fund and how it can potentially help you with your investing time frame. So what we were talking about today is LFGY. It is a YieldMax crypto industry and tech portfolio option income fund. So let's see here. Reading here, the LFGY is a actively managed ETF that seeks current income and capital appreciation via direct investment in a select portfolio of crypto industry and tech companies. Another cool feature is that LFGY does aim to distribute income on a weekly basis. So they typically will distribute their income every Friday. So it's a nice way to have a paycheck every day of the week. If you're familiar with the Alti Fund, ULTY, this fund is similar, except that it focuses on the cryptocurrency related stocks and securities. You might ask how it pays out its income. Well, the distribution is not available yet on the website because it is a brand new fund. But the LFGY is a actively managed ETF that seeks current income and capital appreciation via direct investment in a select portfolio of 15 to 30 crypto companies. And LFGY seeks to generate income primarily by writing or selling option contracts on some or all of its portfolio crypto companies. And it aims to distribute these incomes on a weekly basis. It does also seek capital appreciation with holding the actual crypto company investments. So, primary investment objective of the LFGY fund is to seek current income. So if that is one of your primary objectives, this fund might be a good fit for you. The LFGY's secondary investment objective is to seek capital appreciation via the investments in the select portfolio of crypto companies. So you may ask how they sell or how they return this investment objective for their current income, and they do this by selling covered calls. The covered calls that they sell will limit the upside exposure of the underlying security. However, for that limitation, they do receive a premium, if you are familiar at all with how options work. And that premium is provided to us in the form of a weekly distribution. So that is how they provide the income each and every week. The options that they write are between 1 week and 1 month as far as time frame, and they are out of the money, which allows opportunity for growth of the fund. They also can buy put options for downside protection, but that is not as popular of the underlying option investment strategy. Again, the name of the fund is the YieldMax Crypto Industry and Tech Portfolio Option Income ETF. The fund ticker is LFGY. The fund inception is January 13th, 2025. So as of this recording, that was just 2 days ago. And the gross expense ratio is just 0.99%. So as you can see, it's less than 1% management. Net assets is just under 4 million, being brand new. NAV, net asset value, is $51.16. It did start out at a $50 price when the fund was opened. If we continue on, there's no performance yet because it is new. The top 10 holdings of the fund, maybe some names that you recognize if you are familiar with the cryptocurrency industry. The number one holding, the largest weighting holding, is MicroStrategy at 16.75%, followed by Coinbase at 15%. It does hold iShares Bitcoin Trust, 8.69%, Marathon Holdings, 8.63%, CleanSpark, 8.58%, Riot Platform, 6.63%, and then Hut, Core Scientific, BitDeer Technologies, and Applied Digital Corp round out the top 10 holdings of the fund. Now, the actual holdings themselves are here. Let me go to that document here. I apologize for this. Holdings. Nope. So this is the daily trading intraday report. And on this report, it does show the activity of the holdings of the fund. The top portion of this report shows all the individual stocks that they buy, and that is their CUSIP number there. And down below, you can see the option selling or buying, in this case, in different scenarios. NVIDIA, SQ, Hood, MicroStrategy, Coin, IBIT. As you can see, there's many different options here, and they're all within 1 week or 1 month of expiration. So the SS is selling to open the option. The B is a buy. So there is a buy for Coinbase. They bought the call option for the 285 strike price. And then if you look at the bottom, the IBIT also has a buy. It is a buy of a put, and the put option is for $44. So they are hedging themselves both directions with that information. This is a list of all of the holdings themselves. Starting at the top in the fifth column, you have Applied Digital Corp, BitDeer, Canaan, Cipher, CleanSpark, Coinbase, Core Scientific, Hive Digital, Robinhood, Hut 8, iShares Bitcoin Trust, Marathon Holdings, Mercadol Libre Incorporated. I actually don't know what that is. MicroStrategy, and then there's NU Holdings, NVIDIA, Opera, Riot, Block. As you can see here, most of these have a attached option with them. But you can see companies up here like Canaan do not have a call option with them. Cipher does not have a call option, so they're just holding these stocks. Obviously, they may write a call or sell a call here in the near future to earn that premium, but as of right now, they're just holding the shares. And then the other ones here, you can see CleanSpark has a call option, Coinbase has the call option and the put option that we talked about. Core Scientific, Hive Digital, Robinhood, all the above. So as you can see, there's lots of activity, and as they buy and sell these positions on a daily basis, my goal is to review them with you and see if they are making money and see how the progress is going. All right, next I wanted to review the prospectus with you. The prospectus I received from the SEC website, and I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, But looking over a prospectus is a great way to review investments to find out what the goal of the fund is and how they're going to operate the fund. So again, the investment objective, the investment objective of this fund is to seek current income. The fund's secondary objective is to seek capital appreciation from the investments themselves. We talked about the fee of the fund being 0.99%. It does give you an example here if you want that. There is portfolio turnover, obviously, as they buy and sell the securities. The principal investment strategy, the fund is actively managed and seeks income and capital appreciation. And the fund strategy involves constructing a portfolio of U.S.-listed equity securities of crypto industry and technology companies. And then 2, generating income through an options portfolio, which involve using option contracts on underlying securities and crypto industry technology ETFs. The fund will also maintain a minor allocation to cash or U.S. treasuries not to exceed 10% of its total assets. So what that means is over 90% of this fund, of the cash and assets that it holds, is going to be invested in the stocks, in the funds, and doing work for us to sell the options. The equity strategy, the advisor will select the funds to invest in. The companies are engaged in asset mining, blockchain technology development, crypto asset trading platforms, digital wallet services, DeFi platforms, smart contracts, crypto asset hardware manufacturing, blockchain, NFTs, platforms and services, diversified financial services, payment processors, and technology providers within the crypto industry. So to enable the fund to effectively implement its option strategy, the advisor evaluates the liquidity of the potential company's stock and liquidity of its option contracts. The fund may invest in companies of any market capitalization size, and the advisor will also evaluate price level and implied volatility. That's approximately how much the fund will move when it selects the companies to invest in, and will monitor these factors when determining whether to select new companies or remove existing companies from the portfolio. So again, it is an actively managed fund. The fund may include companies from foreign countries as well as, and that includes emerging markets. So obviously there is some risk there just to be aware of. The fund equity portfolio will be generally comprised between 15 and 30 companies. And dividends, if any, that are paid by the fund's equity portfolio holdings will contribute to the fund's income generation. So if they provide a dividend, we will get that extra percentage in our payment each and every week. Now, the option strategy, the fund, as we mentioned, seeks to generate income from engaging in option strategies, primarily using options contracts on some or all of its underlying securities. Again, some or all. So it is not required to write option contracts on all of its holdings if it's not appropriate at the time. In particular, the fund will receive income in the form of a premium when it writes or sells options. By selling options, the fund will earn premiums from buyers who pay the right to buy or sell the underlying asset at a predetermined price. That's how options work. If you have more questions on those, feel free to message me down below and I'll get back to you on more information. Obviously, the advisor is the one who is in charge of considering the performance of these assets and selling the option contracts. The fund may be subject to different outcomes depending on option strategies. So they can write a covered call, they can do a credit spread, they can do diagonal call spreads, cash secured puts, and calendar call spreads. So I am a big fan of covered calls and cash secured puts. I am not a big fan or not very knowledgeable on the other three options. So I myself will have to do more learning there as well. And then, of course, there's collars also, which, again, it gives the definition here in the prospectus. So I don't want to bore you with going through all that. But, again, there is options being performed on these funds. Lastly, I want to stress to you that investing in this fund does involve risk, and there are many risks to be involved or review. Again, I'm not going to read these to you, but I want to make sure you are aware that there are risks being involved in this fund. The principal investment risk, crypto industry risk, technology sector risk, derivative risk, counterparty, distribution, NAV erosion, equity market concentration risk, ETF risks, foreign securities risk, general market risk, high portfolio turnover, inflation, market capitalization, market events, money market instruments, new funds, non-diversification, operational, tax risks, U.S. government, U.S. agency obligation risks are all risks to be considered. So if you want to read about all those, they are there in the the prospectus as well. So the performance of the fund is not included yet because it is brand new, as we mentioned. The portfolio managers are listed down below. Jay Pestricelli, the portfolio manager for the advisor. You probably can find some videos online, some interviews on him and how he likes to manage the YieldMax portfolios. Seems like a really great guy. Would love to meet him in the future. And then there's Q-Al Duan. I apologize for messing up his name probably. And then Christopher Mullen are also advisors on this plan. Probably not as well known, but obviously they're there to help with the funds. One of the last things here is I am going to review the chart each and every time. So obviously this is a newer fund. This is a 5-minute chart of the fund performance. It's not doing a whole lot right now because of it being a new fund, but over time, we're hoping this continues to go up and to the right and we can see some appreciation in the fund. But it has gone up so far. Today it is up 3.58%. Again, it started at $50 and it's already up $3 from the beginning. So it's been doing very well. I also want to show you some other funds that YieldMax is considering starting, or they've put into the SEC for consideration. We have the YieldMax AI Tech Portfolio Option Income ETF, which is GPTY. We have this fund, the Crypto Industry and Tech Portfolio Option Income ETF, which is LFGY. There's also a China ETF, CHNY, a Semiconductor Portfolio, CHPY, and then a Biotech and Pharma Portfolio Option, DRGY. These were all filed in December of 2024. So YieldMax is continuing to innovate on their fund options, which is awesome. I'm looking forward to learning more about these funds as well as they come out. So again, that's under the LFGY Prospectus tab on the website. So again, the distribution schedule is weekly. They will start next week. Next Friday is the first payment, so I'm excited for that to see how the funds perform. Again, these are all the holdings. I will do a in-depth analysis on each and every holding in the future. So I'm looking forward to reviewing these companies, what they do, what they provide, and their performance in the future. I will also review charts on them to see if YieldMax is buying them at a low, at a high, and what their IV is for their option strategies. So that completes everything on LFGY and the introduction today. I hope you found this beneficial, and I'm looking forward to doing this probably every day going forward to review their daily transactions to see how they're doing with their performance. Obviously, this is a work in progress. I do want to thank you for watching my very first video. This is a work in progress to provide important information regarding the LFGY YieldMax Fund, its holdings, daily trades, and crypto industry related news. My goal is to provide a video every day that there are trades in the fund or important news affecting one of its holdings. If you can, please like and subscribe to help the channel grow, like everybody says. And of course, leave a comment below if you have a positive or negative attitude towards YieldMax and their funds and why you feel that way. So if things are negative or things are positive, please tell me why. So I look forward to hearing from you. Until next time, let's freaking go.